excited making mummy dogs, mummy men hot dogs. Now, I've cut some of my dough, and I'm gonna edit in right now where I was showing you how I cut the dough. Then I'm gonna go ahead and wrap these guys, and I'm gonna save two to show them how to cut and wrap. Let me get these guys wrapped up, and then we'll come back, okay? Then we'll finish with these two fellas, all right? See you in a minute. Okay, I'm gonna edit this section into the video. This is my, if I can find the end, this is my crescent dough. And as you know, I've already unrolled one half. It comes out like this. Well, I don't need this right now. I'm gonna just leave it. I'm just showing you. It unrolls. And then what I do is, you just come along and pinch your seams. Then I turn it over. And I make sure it's together on the other side. A lot of times it is. Okay. And then I just come along. And as you see, I've done a bunch of it. Kind of stretches as you're working with it. And just come along. You don't want to go too thin. You don't want to go too thick. That end might be a little thick, but we'll work with it. And then this is how you cut the dough. I'm using a pizza wheel. If you had a bench cutter or something like that, you could, or a big old butcher knife would do it. If you don't have a pizza wheel. Believe it or not, there are people that don't have a pizza wheel. And this is just an old cheap one I've had for, goodness gracious, who knows how long. But it serves the purpose to make the mummy dogs. And in my upcoming video, the jalapeno mummy poppers. Alright, you get the idea? Not gonna keep boring you with that. Okay, everybody, I got a whole bunch of these done. And now I'm gonna show you how to do it. I am by no means an expert in mummy dogs. Okay, so here we go. I'm using all beef wiener. You use whatever wiener you want to use. As I call them, weenies. I'm going to cut this weenie. And you just come in, you just cut a little flap about 1/3 of the way down. That wasn't quite 1/3, but it'll work. Not quite 1/3 of the way down works pretty good. Just cut, no, that one didn't want to cut. A couple of flaps, like that. And then you come down here, back where your flaps are away. I wait till I'm at the fat part again. That kind of gets pretty skinny right there. And then I just cut 2 legs like that. All right. And then I just start wrapping. And you know something I didn't tell you a minute ago when I was, I'll show you the part where I cut the dough. The dough you're not working with, a great idea is just put it on a saucer and put it in the freezer. Because the warmer this gets, the harder it gets to work with. So that's what I do. So I just wrap him around the head like that. And I come down. And I come down again. And I don't think this piece is going to wrap. So I just this is the back. I just mash it right there. And then it'll stay back there. Alright, what I do next is I like to come up under the quote armpit. And then I'll crisscross. I'll come back around. And then we'll come back under his armpit. See right there? And then I just start wrapping this way. And it doesn't stay nice and stringy the way you want it to, like gauze, if it's warmer. And I'm sorry these lights are making this dough a little warmer than it would be if I was just doing this off camera. And these guys have been sitting out too, so just remember that. Keep your dough cold. And of course you won't be under, you know, floodlights. Now go back under the armpit. And that also helps when they're cooking to be out like that. You want them to kind of stick out a little bit. So I come around him, and like I said, one time I'm going to come back and crisscross over the body part again, and then I'm going to come back around, just wrap his flap, quote, arm. I come down, I just leave enough to make a hand. And sometimes if I've got extra dough, I need that dough somewhere else. Like the back of them aren't near as pretty, and if I have extra dough, I'll just stick it right there. It's out of sight, but you get to use the dough, okay? And a lot of times I'll just set it to the side in case I need to, you know, use it. So then here's this quote body. And I'm going to continue on a little bit lower than the armpit. I'm going to wrap around. Just wrap it around. You don't have to be perfect. You remember this is like a creepy 2,000-year-old mummy. It's tedious, but it's fun, okay? This would be really fun to do, grandkids or your kids or nieces and nephews. My boys are older now, 19, 17, and just turned 14. And so, you know, if I have time, I'd love to do this with I've got my little great nieces. They like to do stuff with me sometimes. I know they like to make ghosts in the graveyard every year. That's become a little tradition. So see, I go up and I don't want to like mess with his junk or anything, but you know, got to get a little personal with him to get him wrapped up right. Then I'm going to continue on down this leg. All you do is start your thing out of sight, and then you come around. Like I said, it's a little tedious, but enjoyable. Just think if you're sitting at a table with, you know, others, and you're all just talking and laughing and showing how crazy your mummy came out, you know. Then just have your cookie sheet available and throw them on there. And I do the same thing here. And then I got to get a little personal with him in the beginning. And I come up and around. A little loose there, but that's alright. We're working with it. I come around. My oldest little great nephew, he might want to do it. He might want to still do stuff like that. I don't know. We'll see. I bet he'd do that with his mama if they were all doing it with the little ones. And I know my other great niece and nephew, I know they'd want to do it too. They'd all want to do it. I hope their mamas are they'll do this. Or something like it. They always do cute stuff every year. And see, I just laid him over there. We got one more. And once again, I might speed this up though. So you get the idea. This is how you do them. This is how you do them. You just wrap them like that. You can see mine aren't perfect in any way, shape, or form. And you just cut 2 flaps at where it gets fat here, kind of cut them some legs, and have fun wrapping them in dough. And I'll come back when these are done, and then we'll give them little mustard eyes. Okay? We'll be back when these are done. See you in a minute. Okay, everybody, hot from the oven. I probably should let these cool, but I'm just going to give you the finishing touch. I'm not even going to do all of them because I want mine to cool. But all you do is you do a piping bag if you want to, but look. Well, this one didn't work. Look at that. They're too hot. But you can take a piping bag, or I'll tell you something else I do. Sometimes I just put 2 little pieces of black olives there, and then they have creepy olive eyes. If these were cool, this would be work. Let me try it one more time. Nope, this mustard's coming out too quick. So anyway, you get the idea. I would either do black olives, like a dollop of cream cheese, boom, boom, and then a little tiny dot of a black olive, boom, boom. You could do that, and I've done that in the past. And I've done mustard, but number one, these are too hot with the camera and everything, and I just took them out. That's too hot to even touch. And this is just too fat of a thing of mustard. It's coming out too thick, but I just want you to get the idea. So if you get a little piping bag, or even like I've told you before, get a little Ziploc bag and just make a minuscule hole, and then dot, dot, dot. Then put mustard, ketchup, Cajun mustard, whatever your favorite mustard is, Dijon, whatever you like, honey mustard, and have fun. Have them with some fries, chips, whatever you're going to serve them with. We're going to serve ours with the little Halloween jalapeno mummy poppers, and that's coming up next. So anyway, there you have it. Mummy man, mummy dog, excuse me. Mummy dog, mummy dog, mummy dog. I hope you try them. I hope you make them with your kids. I hope you have a blast. And I got a bunch of more fun stuff coming up for Halloween, okay? So stay tuned. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.